What's up, traders? Happy Friday. It is May 17th. We're going over today's trading. I am down $93 in my XFA. I only traded one of my funded accounts today. I know a lot of you guys got chopped up today. I had 4 trades, like I said, basically break even. Couldn't hit the longs today out of the range. And I know a lot of guys got chopped up, especially one of the guys who has gained a lot of popularity on social media recently. His name is Trades by Matt. Had his biggest losing day ever, he said, today. So I would remind everybody that when markets are ranging and you can't seem to hit, especially if you start your day in a combine and you can't hit that first win to kind of find the feel, you got to be aware of that and just pull yourself out. This is why I really like the lockout feature on ASFX. I normally don't have 4 trades and end up at break even. Normally, if I have 4 trades, we're having a killer day. So when I hit that 4th trade and couldn't find the win, some of them were mismanaged, as you'll see here in a minute, but I couldn't find that win I was looking for to set me up my, $500 to $1,000 a day that I look for. I locked myself out. So let me show you the screen here. We'll flip. Here's ASFX. Here's my XFA. You can see I was manually locked out of this trade, minus $93, still up $1,300 in this XFA. I have not taken a payout on this funded account yet. The funded account that I have taken a payout on is this XFA on Trade-Evate. That one is also up $1,365, as you can see above my head. So 2 XFAs right now that I'm working on. This is what I show you guys every day when we do these daily videos. I want to show you my trades in photo form, and then we'll look at the market and I'll go over my thoughts on the day. But I just wanted to first highlight the lockout feature. That really helps, especially if you're like me and you will keep jabbing at it, but it keeps you safe. It's capital preservation. It's trade for tomorrow, exactly what we talked about with our podcast with Michael Patak, the CEO of TopStep. Also, just speaking on that, tomorrow on Saturday, I'm dropping a podcast with James Bruce. It's episode 126 of the Day Trading Show. It's also James's wedding day. So make sure you comment on that and give him lots of love for his wedding day, for the special day. So here's the idea this morning. We sell off from the initial high of day pre-market right before the open. I've got the initial high, pre-market high, and initial low zones marked in blue. I see a double bottom forming at about 9:37, so 7 minutes into market open. It's not super bullish, but it's also not bearish. And I really liked this pin at 9:29. I knew that if it filled that pin to the downside, I would not want to be long at 53.20. So I took the loss here, but I took the full loss at about a 4.5 point stop loss, 4.5 point stop loss. So I take the full loss here. I think I was down like $600 to start the day on this trade. Then I take a second trade, long, again, on the XFA, here after we've bottomed at the end of the first 15 minutes. So we've now set the 15-minute opening range high and low. You can see those black lines marked off here on my screen. Here's the opening range low, opening range high. Those levels are like interior structure within the initial low and initial high. So I've got the 15-minute opening range with black lines on screen, and I've got the zones initial high and initial low marked with blue. The blue VWAP is the New York VWAP, the black VWAP is the start of day VWAP, and the purple VWAP is the high of day VWAP. So typically, I wait for that high of day VWAP to be broken, like this candle does right here, and that's where I would look to get long. But I ended up getting in a little lower, trying to get a buy price closer to the bottom of this range. You can see today's range. It's the initial low at 53.13. It's the initial high at 53.25, so very tight, less than 20 points. And then the middle of the range, as we typically find, it's the daily VWAP. This trade pops, drops, sets a higher low, respecting that 15-minute opening range low, and my stop was about 6 points on this trade, so I was still in that through the pullback. I did not add in, but look, as we break those VWAPs again, that's where we get the accelerated movement. And you can see, once we pushed to 53.22, I locked my stop. I ended up taking 2 of 3 contracts at the high, the 15-minute opening range high. I trailed the stop on the one remaining contract, and I got stopped on the rest of it there. So the first thing here, I trade this XFA, my aggressive XFA, with 3 contracts usually. You'll see that isn't always the case, but I try to. Here, I should have been full out of this trade at the top of the range. I should not have tried to trail the stop, even with just one contract, because I was already down on the day. And I could have been wash, basically 100%, and actually a little green after this trade if I would have nailed that top and gotten 3 out there at the top. So the first thing we could say on the management of what could be better is if I'm trading from the middle of the range to the top of a range in a day that very well, it's a Friday, we've already made all-time highs, volume seems low, the range is already very tight, this very well could be a range day all day. I have to be more aggressive in getting out there, and if it breaks out, I can just look to get long again. So this was the second trade. This was the first trade. We already went over that. The third trade, this is where the management could have been better. It pulls back off of that high, stops me out of the trade here. I went and filmed some videos for Top Step, and I got back in at 11.51 on the bullish close at 53.17. I take that long, but only one contract. See my notes here? Only one contract. Should have hit it with 3. Straight profit right to the middle of the range. So now we're trading from the range low, the bottom of the range, to the middle of the range. And I know at the middle, that's where I have to trail the stop and start to take profit. I'm hoping, smoking that hope, which I shouldn't be, I'm hoping it goes to the high. I wanted 53.28. Didn't get it. I end up getting nothing, stopped for nothing on this trade, as you can see in the notes. I should have taken some off. Even though I only traded one contract, I should have just gotten out at the daily VWAP and started to stack my wins back. But I didn't. Greed kicks in. It's annoying, but it's how it is. I'm human. Trying to be better every day, but this is trading. You're going to slug it out sometimes. So then that trade comes down. I get stopped for nothing. I take a break, go outside, have a smoothie with the boy, come back in, I'm watching the market from my computer, my laptop. I see this pin through the low of day zone, and it respects that coming back into the range from the opening range low here, right? So we break underneath and come right back. Then in my head, just like in the earlier trade, I say, okay, 5 points on the stop. I don't want that pin to fill. I don't want to be long here if it's coming down for new lows. But I think we could get a pop to the middle of the range, which is the daily VWAP, or the top of the range. Here, I put 2 contracts on, took one off at the daily VWAP, and then I got stopped on the rest right here. And that's how I ended up down minus 93 bucks today. I never really fully recovered that first loss. But if I would have managed these other trades better, if I would have taken full profit on this one at the daily with the 2 contracts and full profit on this one with the 1 contract, I would have been profitable today. And then on the second trade, if I would have gotten out at the high, I would have been profitable. But we're down 93 bucks. It's not a big deal. Now, if we just go to TradingView to look at the levels, you can see that 15-minute opening range is so well respected today. So we had longs initially in here, made some money more as we popped. Could even look for shorts there. I'm not a big short. I like to be long more than anything. Also, we had longs here. You saw that markup. That was a nice little pop. And then again here, I caught the bottom of the range very well. I just mismanaged my trades. Now, there could have been an opportunity to get long here this afternoon as it breaks back into the range. But at that point in the day, I was just mentally done, already locked out, tired of trading, and just ready to go into the weekend. And then where does it finish the day? At exactly 4 o'clock, it surges to my take profit idea at 53.28 for a new high. That's trading for you, folks. It's not going to be pretty every day, but I do my best to show you guys the wins, the losses, and everything in between. I want to hear your feedback. Tell me why I suck. I know I don't do great every day, but I have more green days than red days, and I keep my red days pretty small. That's how I've managed to grow both of these XFAs and take a payout. So this is the stuff I show you guys, how I'm trading my passive XFA, slow and steady, my aggressive XFA here on Top Step X. My passive XFA this month has only 2 trades, one last week and one this week. My really, really good setups I'll put on the passive XFA. I'm only up $500 or so on that account this month, but that's how I'm going to grow this balance. And you'll see by the end of the summer, I'll have at least one XFA over 20 grand. That's my goal. And then my plan with this, just so I share with everybody, my plan is, oh wait, you can't see the dates. I'm blocking it. There you go. Let me move this just so you can see. There's the 2 days. See it on the calendar. My plan with this is to grow the balances, take out payouts as I'm over 20, 30K in balance. And I'm going to take a payout once per month. So I'm going to get it to 30K, maybe take out 5. Get it to 40, take out 10 the next month. So my plan is to pay myself monthly through large XFA balances. And hopefully they'll call me to a live account soon. As long as I keep trading these accounts well, I think that they will. So happy Friday. Hope you have a good weekend. Hopefully I'll see you Saturday tomorrow for the podcast with James. James, if you're watching, congrats on the wedding, bro. Everybody loves you. So tune in for the podcast, friends. Thank you for watching if you stayed all the way through. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a comment that you like it. You don't have to be negative in the comments. You can be positive. You can follow me. You can subscribe. You can do that whole thing too. I'll keep them coming for you. I've got some new stuff for you next week too. So stay tuned. I'll see you Monday on my ASFX TV stream at 9:25 as we trade through the open and do it all again.